angels. They're falling.
Between Mars and Jupiter. It is written that the 10th planet Nibiru was thrust into our solar system and collided with the planet Tiamat. The remaining bulk of Tiamat over time became Eridu, the Earth as we know it, and the rest of her became the asteroid belt. In retrograde to the other 9 planets, Nibiru took orbit around our Sun in a long ecliptic or apogee. Lasting 3,600 years, it passes between Mars and Jupiter. In recent years, based on the patterns of our known solar system, astronomers have been looking for a planet with this same orbit. In search of this planet, they discovered the planet Pluto. The search continues. According to the ancient texts, this detailed information was given to them by the Anunnaki, or those who from heaven to earth came. They described the Anunnaki as a reptilian race of gods which came to the earth in fiery ships from their home planet of Nibiru, the 10th planet. It is written that these Anunnaki came to the earth to mine gold and other elements to serve in protecting the atmosphere of their distant home planet. After a workers' revolt, the Anunnaki rulers began to genetically alter Cro-Magnon man to create a slave race, resulting in the human race. It was said that we were created by the gods in clay vessels. It is written that man was forbidden to depict the Anunnaki in their actual form. Just prior to the Great Flood, the bulk of the Anunnaki would return home, leaving numbers of them behind to watch over the earth. Anu was king.
Assigned to Anu to heed his instructions. 300 in the heavens he stationed as a god. The ways of earth to define from the heaven, and on earth 600 he made reside, after he all their instructions had ordered. To the Anunnaki of heaven and of earth he allotted their assignments.
This story of reptilian gods from the heavens creating man is not at all uncommon. It in fact can be found in most every region of our planet. In Japan, emperors claim descent from dragon gods who came from the sky. Australian Aborigines teach of a reptilian race which lives underneath the earth and governs over men. They believe they are descendants of a race of dragon human. China teaches the serpent queen Nukua interbred with man. India calls these reptilian gods Nagas and claim they seeded their royal families. Throughout the Middle East, it is believed a serpent race created man. The book of Genesis tells of giants who came from the heavens to breed with the daughters of man. They are called the Nephilim. In Africa, they call them Chitauri, children of the serpent. The royal kings of Africa claim descent from serpent gods who came from the sky. In South America, the Mayans teach that their ancestors were the people of the serpent. The Aztecs were said to be created by a serpent woman. In America, the Hopi Indians believe sky gods came to Earth to breed with their women and refer to them as their snake brothers. The word Sioux means snakes, and Iroquois means serpents. It seems the only places you will not find this historical story is where the history has been methodically destroyed.
He was walking through the mountains at night when he stumbled across a large gray stone, the size of a man, with 3 strange carvings on it. He decided to set up camp, start a fire, and fall asleep. He was awakened by the howl of a wolf close at hand. Then, the gray stone began to rise slowly off the ground. He then heard the sound of men approaching and hid behind a bush. Several men in black robes approached the floating stone without fear and began to murmur incantations. Slowly, large serpents, one after the other, rose from the ground beneath the floating stone. Then Alhazred noticed the ground he was hiding on has become wet and the fluid to be blood-like. At the realization that the ground beneath his hiding place has become blood, he reveals his presence to the black-robed men. Casting their ritual into disorder, the mysterious priests begin chasing Alhazred. After running at high speeds for a short while, he eventually falls to the ground and notices that there are none pursuing him. Returning to the site of the stone, he notices that the priests empty robes upon the ground. He uses a stick to investigate the robe, but it appeared as though the priest simply disappeared. He returned to his campground to find the large gray stone lying upon the ground. The large lizards were gone, and several empty black robes strewn around the campsite. Symbols on the gray stone, however, were glowing. From there, step by step, Abdul Alhazred began to wander and dabble further and further into the occult. Eventually, Alhazred would claim that he spoke with the souls of slain men and women who died at childbirth, spoke with watchers, live gods, dead gods, and even deader demons. He claims to have opened portals and walked into all the dimensions, and passed all 9 gates. During his travels throughout this dimension and others, his family and their livestock suffer unusual and suspicious death. Abdul Alhazred himself is said to have died in the streets of Damascus after being torn to pieces by invisible beings. Alhazred claims that the arcane and ancient knowledge you're about to learn has been forgotten by all except the worshippers of the Ancient Ones, or the demons.
From the Nile Valley to the Indus Valley, on tombstones, a symbol of immortality because of the serpent's ability to change his skin is a sign of never dying, and is used throughout the planet Earth, North, South America, Egypt, Asia, Africa, throughout the world. It's the symbol of life after death, the Naga, the serpent. In all ancient cultures, in all ancient religions, the serpent is the symbol, the Naga, the symbol of divinity.